you remember Jess Kennard? I cut her
Yes.
hair in the bathroom in like 4th grade.
Did it come out good?
No,
Mm.
but she loved it, and I had the best time doing it. And then I was like, I want to do hair for real. And so,
Hey guys, welcome back to the Realtor Chronicles. On today's episode, we have Naomi. Tell them what you do.
I'm a princess.
You cut hair.
I cut hair. Importantly, I'm a mom.
You're a mother.
I'm a mother.
You do makeup.
I'm a mother, like Kiki Palmer said. I do makeup, do hair,
You run multiple Instagrams.
multiple businesses.
Art.
Multiple children.
Multiple children too. And then, how did this all get started? Like after high school, because you were doing a little bit of art,
Yeah.
cutting a little bit of hair. But after high school, how did it all blow up? Like,
So, well, I feel like the makeup and the hair, like my passion for that, I feel like it goes back super far because I started doing that when I was really little. Like I remember being like 3 years old, and my great grandma had an apartment like under where I lived, and I would go downstairs and hang out with my great grandma every day, and she would give me these like beautiful makeup bags filled with all these different types of makeup. And she would just be like, okay, like play, have fun. And so I would start playing with makeup. And then the older I got, the more I loved it. And then I started trickling into hair literally in like elementary school because I would like cut my doll's hair and like, do you remember Jess Kennard? I cut her hair in the bathroom in like 4th grade.
did it come out good?
No, but she loved it, and I had the best time doing it. And then I was like, I want to do hair for real. And so then, in high school, started beauty school, and still loved it.
How long did beauty school take?
So I did beauty school my senior year of high school for a year, and then I transferred to a different beauty school, and then it was one more year.
So 2 years.
About 2 years, yeah. Maybe like a year and a half better, but yeah. So it wasn't long at all. But I loved it. It was awesome. I loved beauty school. I had so much fun. And it helps that I can make money off of something that I love to do, for sure. That's one thing that I'm like coming to terms with now is like how grateful I am to be able to make a living and take care of my family doing something that I really enjoy doing, because I know that that's not the case for a lot of people. So I feel very lucky that I'm able to do that, but also the connections that I'm making as a hairstylist and a makeup artist. The connections, I'm such a, like I need connection, I need people. And so being able to have that experience in this lifetime I just have a lot of gratitude for that. But that is probably the best part of what I do is the connections I'm making with people.
How does that work now? Because does your salon allow you to do the makeup portion also and also the haircutting, or is it like separate? Like you'll find a side job doing makeup.
So I freelance makeup. That's what you're asking, right?
Yeah.
I freelance makeup mostly because I can set a higher price. At the salon, the price is a little different. But I freelance makeup, so I'll go do weddings or birthday parties, baby showers, all of that. And then I do it at the salon as well, but most of the time when people do weddings, it's like they want you to go to them.
Yeah.
So most of the time I'm freelancing. And then, everything else, like when I'm a colorist mostly, like that's what I specialize in is color, specifically blondes. So I do that at the salon. Like I won't travel to do the hair.
No, I don't know how like it works, but how does that work? Like how did you become a blonde specialist? This is just like you started doing it, you liked it, and then you got better and better and better, and you're
Yes, absolutely. So I learned how to do blondes when I was in school, but in school, like you don't know how to do hair when you're in school.
Yeah.
Even when you get out of school, you don't really know what you're doing until you're working on people. And I continued my education for a long time before I was behind the chair as a stylist. So I took a lot of time to perfect my craft for sure. I definitely messed up a lot of people's blonde before I started becoming really good at it. But yeah, I just practiced and practiced, and I just started becoming really good, and I started getting a lot of blondes and referrals, and I don't know, I love it. I love what I do, but blonde is so fun to me because, I don't know, it's just, blondes just have more fun.
Is it like a hair color going to blonde? Or is it like they're already blonde and you're just going to change the blonde?
Everyone is different. So, like, some people come in and they're already blonde and they want to enhance their blonde. Or, like, I do a lot of color corrections. So, like, if they do it at home and then they're like, oh, crap, I messed it up, then they'll come to me and I'll fix it. But, yeah, it just depends. It goes person to person. Everyone's different. But blondes are my favorite because blondes where the money's at. And also, I just love blonde hair. And there's so much I can do with it. And, you know, you can make it really bold and, like, make it like a statement. Or you can make it really natural and soft. And I feel like I'm good at both. And so a large portion of my clientele are people who are either blonde or get blonding services.
Now, how does that work, getting clientele? Where are you getting, like, how are you bringing in new people?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I try to be as active as I can on social media, and it helps for sure. Like, I had a client a couple weeks ago, and I was like, oh, you know, like, how'd you hear about Blend? And she's like, oh, yeah, like, I actually just, like, searched up a hashtag, and you hashtagged the hashtag that I searched. And I was like, oh, my gosh, that's crazy. Like, I didn't know that my hashtags actually worked. But I just always did it, like, for good luck. And, yeah, so my hashtags, posting reels, posting photos, posting things that are a little bit personal to me sometimes, because I feel like that's where people can connect to you and relate. And I think that that's how, I think when you feel like a connection with somebody, you're more willing to book with them. So I try to, like, I've been trying lately to, like, post things like of me, or like a story of, like, me doing my hair, or me like talking about something. And, so stuff like that for sure. But referrals are the greatest compliment. Yeah, so whenever somebody likes it, I'm like, hey, if you really like it, like, the best way to compliment me is to bring someone else to me. Exactly. And I'll, like, do things to entice them. Like, I'm like, I'll give you 20% off and them 20% off if you send somebody to me, you know, and that kind of thing. Otherwise, yeah, like, word of mouth, like, somebody will tell somebody, like, I got my hair done with Naomi. Another thing too is, like, I have a large portion of children clientele. Like, I feel like I have a lot of kids. And, like, the kids will really like me, and then they'll tell their mom, or like I'll have teenage girls and stuff, and then they'll tell their friends, and so I'll get a lot of people that way, which is really cool. Yeah.
So how are you? Because you're running, I don't know how many accounts. I feel like I get friend requested every few months from the new account, and I'm like, well, what's the old account?
Yeah.
So how are you, like? How do you find the time to structure? Because I know you have hair, personal, all that. Makeup, one account for makeup. How are you finding the content to post? Is it just you'll do something real quick?
Yeah. Or like, yeah, I find inspiration, like, in all different types, in all different areas of life, and then I'll use that to post on my Instagram. But, like, I try to make things, like, even on my hair page or my makeup page or whatever, like, I'll try to do personal things, like I'll put, like, my favorite song behind a reel so that people feel like, okay, this is what Naomi's like, or whatever. But yeah, honestly, it's hard to find the time because I'm a mom, and so that's where my priorities are, and that's where my time goes. But if I have, like, a gap at work, or if, like, I'm on a break, then I'll throw together some pictures that maybe I took last week or whatever that I didn't get to post, and I'll make a reel, or I'll post it on my story or something. Yeah, I don't know. I just make the time. You just make the time. When you really want something, you make the time for it, and that's my money. So, like, I can't play about my money. So
I know a lot of people in different fields are like, oh, we don't have time to do Instagram.
No, you have to. It's your money.
Find the time. I find the time. You find the time. There are people that always find the time to do it. And it's always like odd hours or stuff like that.
If he wants to, he will. You know.
And then I know we talked a little bit about your artwork, but what exactly are you doing? I know you're doing charcuterie boards for the longest time. You did. I have one of your dream catchers in my room. And also we have one downstairs that you gave to my mom.
Oh, really? Oh my gosh, yeah, her birthday one. Yeah.
So now what kind of artwork are you doing now? Are you still doing the boards? Are you
still more resin focused? So I'm a resin artist, but I'm a multimedia artist. I love ceramics. I'm a really good ceramicist, but see, if I could do something like every single day, any art form, that would be it. I would love to do ceramics all day, every day. I love feeling it. Like, I'm such a...
You like touching stuff.
Yes, I need to touch to feel connected to everything I do. So ceramics was, like, my favorite thing to ever do. And when I get rich, I'm going to have like a studio for sure in my house.
I'm going
to have a kiln. I'm going to have
a dry shelf.
Everything. So just wait for it.
I'll come over. I'll do it. We'll have the spin wheel.
Heck yeah. We'll make some beautiful bowls. Plates. Like Seth Rogen. Dude, Seth Rogen makes a lot of stuff. Yeah. But he's making bank off that stuff because...
Well, he's Seth Rogen. Like,
he's Seth Rogen.
It's still
Seth Rogen. But I could be as good as Seth Rogen.
But you got to be Seth Rogen. But you can make a lot of money. Like, I think our art teacher...
I am Seth Rogen.
Well, there you go.
But yeah.
You just got to go on to a few movies and sign your name at the bottom.
Well, that's another thing. Like, when I was little, all I wanted to do was act and sing. Mm-hmm. I wish I could sing. But remember I sang at the talent show? Mm-hmm. Third grade. Hillary Duff. Never forget. But... yeah, that's another type of art that I would, like, love to be involved in. And, like, so my mom, I remember, she took me to, like, this, like, they were doing this, what is the word? Not, like, an interview, but, like...
audition?
Yeah, there was an audition for acting for Disney. Mm-hmm. And so my mom took me, and we just could not afford to, like, do what they wanted me to do and, like, mm-hmm. participate in the stuff they wanted me to. But I was so bummed because I was like, I know I can be on TV.
I mean,
I'm confident, I'm funny.
You could definitely make it. Why not? You still got time.
I'm not doing it now. Heck no. Now I definitely don't want to be on TV. But when I was little, I for sure did.
You could start a YouTube channel.
See, that's the thing. Like,
you could start a YouTube channel and not tell nothing about your personal life and just be...
But my personal life is what I care most about, you know?
But you could talk about, like, your arts, makeup, hair. No one has to know, like, what you do in the background. Like,
but that's, like, I feel like what my Instagram is for. I feel like I'm too, like, weird to be on YouTube. You know,
everybody's weird on YouTube.
I know, but I don't know if I want to be like the weird mom on YouTube.
Just start doing some stuff.
And I feel like then like...
you'll have like a year or two before you... until like a lot of people start seeing it. Like, I'm still like, I get like 100 views. But it's like a slow
I went through your views. It looks like you have a lot of views.
I have like...
because I was like, who's going to be seeing this?
Josh Oakes is like the most...
Josh Oakes.
He got 100 over 100. I think everyone else was like in the 50
That
range.
totally makes sense because Josh draws people in.
Well, he was the first one. So he has the most time on...
But he's funny too, and that's why people are watching. Yeah.
Stuff, but I feel like Josh, my brother, definitely is like 50 of those views are from him. He'll just play like I'll hear
your biggest supporter.
I'll hear it throughout the night, and I'll be like, "What is going on?"
Yeah, he's your biggest supporter. A1 since day one.
Have you seen his videos?
Yes.
Have you seen the intro of his reels? The same intro every single time, and I was dying.
Is it the gentleman with the long black hair? Not.
No, Josh, my brother.
Yeah, I know.
Well,
the gentleman with the long black hair that he always posts.
There's a gentleman with long black hair he always posts?
Maybe that's on TikTok.
All I know is it's like, hi, guys.
He's killing the social media game.
He posts every day.
Yeah.
If he was here and saw this,
he should be my social media, like,
he should be posting himself.
Hell yeah. Everybody would love it.
I'm gonna start, like, be more like Josh Sheik. Just post every day. If you have nothing to say, just post something.
He's money hungry. He's ready for that income, for that Instagram income.
He's gonna buy a house in Vegas, go gamble in the casinos.
Yeah.
Not know what's going on. It's gonna be me gambling. Like red, black, red. Okay.
I've never gambled, but you know what's so funny? I actually feel like I would be good at it because I can be humble. I'm not always, but I feel like I can say with confidence, I'm really good at everything I try. And I love that for me. And I'm grateful to God for that because truly whenever I try something new, even if I'm scared, I always end up being good at it.
But like, is there like a learning period or is it just like right after that?
No, for sure. Everything I think is a learning period, but I think like I expect me to like not thrive at something. And then when I start it, I'm like, wow, like this is way better than I thought I was gonna, or like I'm doing way better than I thought I was gonna be for me being new at this. And I don't know, and then I end up being good. But that's why I feel like I have so many hobbies and so many interests because I like so many different things and I like to experience so many different things in this life. And then when I'm good at it, it makes me feel confident and I like that feeling. So then I keep searching for it.
What would be your best experience that you've had so far in life? What's like a memory that you have?
My children.
You'll never, so just your
children? Their birth. Both of them. Like the way I felt like holding my children, I just cannot even explain that feeling. Like literally nothing in the world mattered at all. Like, and I'm a super anxious person, and I'm always overthinking, and I'm always nervous and scared about things. And like, for once, both times, both births, I was like, oh my gosh, literally nothing matters but these kids. And I just wish I could bottle up that like feeling. Like, it was like happiness and like joy and excitement, and like my heart just felt my purpose. Like, I finally understood my purpose here. And that's a really good feeling. But I wish I could bottle up that feeling that I had and just like take a little sip of it every day. I don't know. It was just like the best experience of my life.
I've told you this before, but you know, you weren't the person to tell me that you were pregnant.
Oh yeah, Sam.
I got a call and she's like, Naomi's pregnant. I'm like, I was in Brazil.
That's so crazy.
Looking at the Christ statue off like a building, and like I got.
And you're
a
like,
call.
oh hell no.
And I was like, shut up. And then like next day I think I called you and you're like, yeah. And I was like.
The first person who actually knew was Lindsay. Lindsay O'Connor. Shout out to Lindsay. She went to the doctor with me. I was like, there's something weird going on. Because remember, they said I couldn't have kids. So many doctors told me I couldn't have kids. So I was like, yeah, I'm not having kids. But I was like, there's something wrong with me. Lindsay went to the doctor with me. I was terrified. And then he was like, all right, well, we're going to do testing and blah, blah, blah. He took my pee back and was like, you're pregnant. And I was like, no, I'm not. And he was like, yeah, you are. And I looked at Lindsay and I was like, no, I'm not. Like, I can't have kids. And he was just like,
I feel like
yeah, you are.
I've heard these stories so many times.
Yeah.
Like, I can't have kids, and then
I know. Well, because I have PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome, which that's like a whole nother podcast that'll probably bore you to death. But
we can go into that now.
Well, polycystic ovarian syndrome, a lot of women have it. But there's a lot of nasty and negative effects. Yeah. And one of them is infertility. And I don't know if they like did proper testing. Like, they told me that I couldn't have kids really early in my life, like when I was a teenager. And then into my adulthood, they kept telling me, like, if you have kids, it's not going to be natural. Like, they were so set on telling me I was never going to have kids. And I remember right before I got pregnant, I went to the doctor and I was like, yeah, like, I don't know, like, we were just talking about my hormones and things, and he was like, yeah, like, you probably aren't going to have kids, but if you do, it'll be like, you'll probably have to go through some kind of, like, IVF or some kind of fertility treatment.
What's IVF?
It's fertility treatment. It's just to help, yeah. And so, I was like, okay, like, good to know. And then he put me on this medicine that could help increase my fertility over time. And then I was pregnant, like, a month later.
Increased it after that.
But no, part of me is, like, I feel like I was fertile this whole time. Because, like, I have 2 children, and Violet was not hard to get. So I was just like, I feel like I've been fertile this whole time, but they were just quick to write me off. I don't know if they did proper testing on me, or if they were just like, she has PCOS, so she must be infertile. But not everybody who has PCOS isn't fertile. Some people are very fertile still, but then they have other symptoms. But yeah. Yeah, crazy. But I have 2 beautiful babies. So either I'm like super lucky and just like have 2 miracle kids, or doctors are, not cool sometimes. I don't know.
They want to practice. They're practicing. They're getting there.
I know I'm fertile. I know I know for a fact I'm fertile. Those doctors are wrong. I feel like if I just think about a child, I'm pregnant. Like, I feel like if I just think about being pregnant, I'm pregnant. I don't know. I feel like that's how my life is going to be. Like, I just need to,
just accept it.
Yep.
Cut some more hair, paint some more paintings.
Yeah. For sure.
So you moved out recently, something that not that many people do. You moved out to Naperville. You don't need to disclose that place in Naperville, but in Naperville. How has life been like out there?
I love living in Naperville. Before I even get into this too much, I love being in Naperville because I feel like Naperville was like one of the nicest places to live in the U.S. for so long. I think it's still at the top of the list, but the homes are so beautiful, like these $1 million homes. And I feel like me being surrounded by such greatness makes me feel like I can do it. Like, I know I can do it. I know I can make it without sounding like silly. But like, really, I think like when you surround yourself with people who are like-minded or have similar goals, I feel like that's the best way to go about life. And so being surrounded by these beautiful homes and all these successful people, I think that's going to be only beneficial. So, but I love Naperville. I feel like everything's close by. It's a beautiful area.
Do you ever
cool
go to
peeps.
Do you ever go to like the pool out there?
Centennial?
Yeah.
We always go to the pool.
It's a beach, but it's a pool.
Yeah, but I don't know. Sometimes, well, first of all, I hate sand. I don't want sand in my butt.
Yeah, but there's sand like over there, like the pool, and the pool, it's not really.
I feel like there's sand everywhere, and I feel like if you step near sand, it's just all over your body somehow. Like, I feel like I'll just get sand everywhere as soon as I even see the sand.
That's not even.
It's done. It's over with. How many times have you gone on the beach, thought you were sand free, and then got in a car and you're like, oh shit, there's sand everywhere?
The camping trip we went on, we're basically all on sand, and I had sand in my food. I had sand in my hair. Like I'll go like this, and I'll just like have
disgusting.
like sand under my nails.
It's a crime.
We had sand in the water that we were drinking. Like it was wild.
Crime.
But it's
criminal. So why would you want that for me? So no, absolutely not. I'm not going to Centennial.
But it's like broken apart. It's more like there's like sand, and then there's concrete, and then you get in the pool. So it's like separate. And there's grass everywhere. It's like you don't have to go towards the sand. Like you could just throw your kids in the deep end.
I don't know. Last time I went to Centennial, it was fine. I don't know. It was fine. Mm-hmm. I think I'll go before summer ends, but we just love going to the water park because there's so many, it's just so big and there's so much we could do. Like we can go in the kids area or we could go to Lazy River or we can go in the giant pool. I don't know. I just like going.
So you don't like no sand?
I hate sand.
But I think we're going to take a trip to the dunes. But I don't like swimming. I
can't swim.
We can stay in the shallow end.
I feel like I'll still die.
Die?
Yeah.
You're surrounded by people. Someone will pull you out and just grab you.
Dude, do you remember when I got mad at you?
You got pushed in the shallow end.
I was terrified because I drowned before. So being pushed in the water, I feel like I had like PTSD from being like pushed in when I was little. Well, no, when I was little I didn't get pushed in, but I drowned almost. And then when that guy what was that guy's name from high school?
I don't know.
He pushed me in the pool, and then I got mad because you didn't defend me. Remember, I was mad at you for like a week.
Wait.
And then I got over it. But that was the only time I think I've ever been mad at you
were mad
in my
at me
life.
Beforehand. And
really?
Then you forgave me when you went in.
Oh, hell no. And then you ruined it again.
I don't know. I was going to say
You're my longest friendship I've ever had.
Oh, yeah, I know. You're the longest out of everybody.
Yeah.
Because everybody else, like, we were stopped to...
Yeah.
They moved away.
Yeah, or you just lose contact.
Or you lose contact.
Yeah, you've been my biggest constant in my life for sure.
But I was going to say, when I was in Brazil, like 4 or 5, I went underwater, and like instead of freaking out, I was like underwater, like at the bottom of the pool, like, oh, I'm stuck. And I just like looked up, and then I saw a hand.
See, I remember that feeling and thinking, yep, I'm gonna die here.
Well, there's like nothing I can do. I just like, man, I can't breathe. I'm stuck. And then a hand grabbed me, and I just like I pulled up, and I was like, phew.
Dude, I don't know how people go to the ocean like willingly.
You?
No, not even. But like,
you could learn how to swim.
Whales and sharks and shit. Like that stuff is sea monsters, mermaids, all that shit. Like so scary. Don't tell me you don't believe in mermaids. We don't know anything about the ocean.
It could happen. It could.
I don't think that they look like beautiful little fish women, but I think that there are mermaids that like do sing out to men to eat
like
them.
The Harry Potter mermaid?
Kinda, yeah. Wait, Silas was watching Harry Potter this morning. It was the cutest thing. I was so proud of him.
He literally
No, he woke up this morning. He's like, "Can we watch Harry Potter?" I was like, yeah, you're definitely my kid. High five. And yeah, so we watched Harry Potter.
So has he seen all the movies?
He has not seen all of them. I feel like the cutoff for him would probably be the third. Because I feel like it gets kind of like dark, yeah.
I'll just let him see all of it.
Well, also I think he'll get bored because so much of it is so serious at the end. And I feel like he won't understand the language and the terminology and stuff. Because even as an adult, like it's kind of hard to keep up with what they're talking about.
It's a long movie for sure.
Yeah.
It's alright.
It's like a series. It's 8 movies.
8 movies? Yeah, because there's 7 in...
I hope he wants to read the books. I would just be so excited if he wants to read the books.
I've never read the books.
I read the books when I was little. Not all of them, but I read it.
I didn't have a high enough reading level on the way up while they came out.
Gotcha.
So then by the time you
were like, I'm over it.
I was like, I saw the movies. I don't want to.
Yeah.
But everyone else was reading, like, it's so cool. And I read the book and I was like struggling. I was like, what the fuck is it? What does this mean?
That's how I was about math. Remember, I'd always need her help with math because I'm so bad at math.
I'm the worst person to ask.
I'm so good at other stuff, but not math.
When it comes to like the English language and math.
See, that's where I could have helped you because I almost majored in English.
I'm terrible. Like, I'll write stuff and then they'll be like, this is spelled. I'm like.
Do you remember? Wait, is this illegal? I'm about to say. I remember Matt Buchko used to pay me to write his essays in English.
It's fine.
I'm like, is this illegal? I've never done anything illegal.
Also, I passed my math final in college because I cheated.
Wait, what?
I passed my math final in college because I cheated.
Oh.
There were 16. There were 16 problems, and she gave us mini quizzes, 16 quizzes, and the finals was the 16 quizzes. So I took I took pictures with my phone, and I redid all of it at home, made sure everything was right. I took pictures on my phone and downloaded it to my Apple Watch like 3 days beforehand, and then I sat there in class just scrolling. It was like right when the Apple Watch first came out, so no one knew, and I was like scrolling through, zooming in, and wrote everything out, and I got like 100%. The only time my college experience was
the only time you did something illegal in college,
and I actually passed. And I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna pass the rest of this because like, there's no way I could like make it all the way through.
Yeah. See, I could never switch careers. Like I cannot go back to school. I would never.
See, like I'm finding out now, like an hour a day.
Especially with kids, like how do you have the time to go back to school when you have kids?
You just do an hour a day. So like, let's say if you wanted to do like,
it would take forever.
No, but you'll get like, let's say like for me, if I want to do something like, let's say if I want to like call people.
Yeah.
I have to do it every day for an hour a day.
Yeah.
If I could get to that consistent hour a day, like the Rubik's Cube, it took me a month to do an hour.
Oh my god,
I
remember that.
And I had a piece of paper with me, it was all crusty, and I just like did the moves, and after like I can do it now. So it's always an hour a day. If I want to do something that really means a lot, like Instagram, I try to do an hour a day every day.
Yeah.
But it's not like, then it gets to the point where it's like the Rubik's Cube, there's like an ending.
Yeah.
There's no ending to like this stuff. So it's like I have to pick one skill for that 1 hour a day.
Wait, speaking of the ending, do you think that this is the end?
Of what?
Time, life.
I don't know. I need to come back as a hawk.
No, but for real, with all the crazy stuff, sometimes I wonder, I'm like, is this it?
I mean, empires fall all the time. You just go, if the U.S.
You don't think Jesus is coming?
I'm going to go, I'm going to go over there back to Brazil or Thailand.
Boy, even if you go back to Brazil and Jesus chose to came, he would still get your ass from Brazil.
It's cool. I'll go up with him. I'll be like, I'm going to have a backpack full of motherfuckers. Full of people that can go. I'm going to be stuffing them and be like, hey, hold up.
Oh my god.
You can't just bring up, drop a rope and then bring it up.
I've been just getting scared, like the climate change and aliens and shit, and like...
Someone told me something about the climate change. They're like, they're like this. If, how like they say oceans are rising.
Yeah, and the temperatures are going up.
Oh, that's going up.
That's scary.
Rich people are buying houses like on the edge of the water. It's like
stupid as hell.
Or
no, stupid as hell.
And banks are giving loans out to it too. Like, I feel like it is gonna rise. Some of that stuff's gonna disappear eventually. Like, we're probably gonna lose. Like, I don't know about losing Florida. It's a little too wild to be lost. I'm just saying. Like,
you like Miami too much for us to lose Florida?
It'll probably be fine, but like there might be there'll be probably some stuff happening. Like we might get into like a hot. I feel like we're gonna get into like a hot because we haven't like last year.
I remember Keenan told me Keenan said this like 5 years ago. He told me that he read somewhere that the East Coast and the West Coast were gonna flip flop climates.
Well, it's like as it's getting hotter, we're probably gonna enter into like a hot few like 10, 20 years. I'm thinking, and then we'll start going back because it used to snow so much 10 years ago.
Yeah, it doesn't.
And now it doesn't.
But
then even during different times, during there's been times throughout history the Middle East.
Okay, so are you saying we're fine? Just tell me we're gonna be fine.
We're probably gonna be all right.
Just say we're gonna be fine.
We live next to a huge thing of water, like Michigan. We're probably fine. We have we might have to switch some stuff around, but I feel like overall, it's just another step. We're gonna have a few hot years where it's maybe we don't see that much snow. We saw 3 days of good snow last year.
Yeah, for real.
Because I only shoveled 3 times.
And you know what's so sad? I literally got me and the kids sleds. I got us a giant sled.
Mm-hmm. You have to go up to Wisconsin or something.
We didn't have snow. We didn't even get to use the sled. And I was like, I'm going to spend real money on a sled this year. And no snow. And I was excited because I love the winter and I love playing in the snow. And so do the kids.
But it's something that we'll probably be fine. I mean, worst comes to worst.
We'll be fine.
You just have to move if worst comes to worst.
Move where? I'll move to Iceland. Yeah. Or the Netherlands, where it's the happiest places on earth, where the people are thriving and happy, and the crime is low, and they eat off a fucking farm.
But that's a lot of tax. That's one thing people don't think. It's a lot of tax.
But guess what? They have better health care.
They do.
they're happier naturally. They eat better. They put better stuff in their bodies and in their brains.
It's it's like in countries like that. Overall, it's like I guess like
Casamigos.
It's more
do some shrooms. You know the song?
No.
Peaches and eggplants.
I've never heard it.
Casamigos, do some shrooms.
No.
21 Savage.
21 Savage.
British. He's British.
He's British. We found out a few years back. But
yeah, British people.
In countries like in the USA, it's like a crappy healthcare system.
Yeah.
But we have a lot of new innovations. And
no, I feel like we're super lucky to live in America.
Yeah.
I feel like we're really lucky.
It's like there's a lot of weird stuff in like the healthcare, like where like in Greenland you have like you can go find a doctor, you don't have to pay for a lot. There's not like a lot of new innovations. They'll come eventually there, but here's like first. But
right, we're so advanced tech.
We really don't know nothing about the healthcare field, but we're talking.
No,
about
I just feel like we don't. Who are we? Who are we? Don't listen to our medical advice, but just everybody should know that I'm always right about everything. So this is probably accurate. You are too. Well, it's the Aquarius nature to be just spot on.
I don't know.
And intelligent. I feel like I'm growing smarter the longer this podcast goes.
This is not the fight to go smarter. This is not the spot for that. But we'll get there. It'll eventually be. Eventually.
So yeah.
The world's not coming to an end. Do you want to live anywhere else besides here, Illinois? Would you ever want to move, like...
See, okay. I feel like my soul is, like, calling to go other places, but I don't think I could live without my family.
Just bring them with. Now your mom and like all that. Like,
forget them.
The 2 children. Just
well, yeah. Oh my gosh, you think I would never leave anywhere without my children?
Bro, I almost took an
anywhere I go, they would go.
I almost took an adventure with Silas. There was like the
in Michigan, you mean?
Yeah. So like, you know how it goes.
Oh yes, there was like a cliff.
I was about to grab him, just like put him on my back, and just like jump right down and like slide down with him and see what was down there. But then I was like,
Adventures with Uncle Joe.
I was like holding. I was like looking at him, and I was like, I can't do that. If I start rolling, he's dead.
He would have probably loved it. Oh my gosh, it didn't seem like it was that like. It was pretty steep, but it was just grass,
I was
right?
Gonna grab him and then like just like start navigating down with him, and then go look down there, what's down there, and then like find a way back up.
Keenan sent me the pictures of you guys.
I know. But then like
adorable.
I had like Violet next to me too, and I was gonna be like, Keenan.
No, Violet's crazy.
Throw her on your back.
She's like my fearless. Like she's like, I don't care if I get hurt, I'm gonna try it anyway. Silas will be like, let me think about this. Like, am I gonna get hurt, or mommy, like, what will happen if I do this? And Violet's like, I'm doing it whether you tell me I can or not. Like, she does not care. Which, like, I feel like that's so good because she's a girl, and I feel like girls need to be fearless, and they need to like have that confidence and like that assertiveness about them. She's just so sure of herself, and so I hope that doesn't change. But sometimes it gets her into trouble because sometimes I'm like, Violet, why would you do that? You know you're gonna get hurt doing that. But she's like, I just want to try. Like, I just want to do it.
She throws hands too.
She does. She's like me, Silas, but like way more confident.
Silas like will like mess with her, and then she'll turn around and start fighting him back.
But you know what's so funny? She's such a fighter. Like, she's a scrapper. She's my scrappy child, but she's the sweetest. Like, she is a lover too. Like, she'll go up to Silas and cuddle him, or she'll just randomly come up to me and give me a kiss. And I feel like I just appreciate it so much when she does that because she's not like that. She is so loving, but like on her own terms. Which, again, I think that's so good for a woman, specifically. And Silas is just my cuddle bug.
So how are you going to try to keep that going forward? Because people go through different phases of their life. Yeah. How do you, like, keep her confident?
Well, we do, like, these affirmations every day without, like, calling it that. Like, I'm not calling them affirmations. I'll just be like, Violet, you're so smart. Violet, you did that so well. Or you're so brave. Stuff like that. Or she knows she's beautiful. I'll tell her all the time, like, oh my God, you're so beautiful. But I tell her other stuff too, like not just about her physical. I'm like, you know, you're so sweet and you're so kind and you're brave and you're smart and you're strong. Like, I'll tell her those things. And so she repeats that stuff. And I started doing that with Silas when he was really young. And I remember, I have a video of it and I need to find it. But there was one day Silas was looking in the mirror. He was like 9 months old. He was so tiny. And he was like, I'm perfect. And I was like, yes, you are. You are perfect. So I like just try to remind them, like, you're so smart. you're so sweet. You can do anything. And they talk to each other like that. Like Silas will be like, Violet, I'm so proud of you for doing that. And like Violet will be like, Silas, you're so good at that. Like, show me how you did that or whatever. So I feel like just in like telling, and they believe it because I believe it. And like, I'm telling them that it's true. But also I've been, since I'm becoming a mother, I'm just a lot more mindful of my own thoughts and like what I say out loud. And I just believe in the power of the tongue. I know that my words have so much power. And I think words are, my Aunt Myra told me this, and it's so true. Like, words are the most powerful thing on earth. And I agree with that because I know I can change my day by what I'm saying. But anyway, so since becoming a mother, I feel like I've just been more intentional and more mindful about my thoughts and what I speak. And so, like, I'll now speak about myself highly in front of them. So, like, if I'm getting ready for work, I'll be like, Mommy feels good today because I'm healthy, because I look good, because I feel good and I feel pretty and I feel stronger today. And so, like, I think that because they can hear me say that about myself, and they're like, yeah, I'm gonna compliment myself too. And I'm good too. So, I don't know. That all that stuff.
So what's a normal day for you, like, being a mother? Like, how does that all work? Like,
all right.
What time do they get up?
Here's how we do it. We wake up at 6. Usually it's Violet that wakes up first, but Silas sometimes will surprise me, and he'll, like this morning he woke me up. So I'll wake up at like 6:30, and then it takes me a little minute to get out of bed, so they'll just be like jumping on the bed until I'm like up. So we'll get out of bed, and then I'll cook them breakfast. Silas asks for pancakes every day, literally every day. That's what he wants, pancakes. And I always do like different recipes. Violet, all the time, she literally does not want breakfast food. Like, she wants like snack food for breakfast. Like, she wants like crackers. She wants like random stuff. Like, she doesn't ever want a meal. It's weird, but well, she does want smoothies all the time. She'll ask me for smoothies. I'll do like fruits and veggies and some kind of protein. But breakfast, then I get ready for work. Violet comes in the bathroom with me, and she does her makeup while I do my makeup. Silas will be playing with his animals or working on something. I'll take him to daycare, go to work, come get them. Then we'll play for a little bit, hang out on the couch, cook dinner, go to the grocery store if we need to. Yeah, stuff like that. And then they're in bed by 8 o'clock. And then I'm up all night.
That's a lot. They ain't in bed.
Not always. Okay, if you're there, obviously they're not going to go to sleep if you're there. But if it's just me and the night is boring, then yeah, they're going to go to sleep. Well, I try to get them in bed. That doesn't mean we go to sleep at 8 o'clock. But like, if we're laying down at 8 o'clock, then I know that they'll at least be asleep by like 9.
Are they like starting to sleep in their room now? No. Okay. So they're laying down with you. All right.
We're not going to go there. I'm trying so, and you know what's crazy? Violet used to not be able to sleep if anybody was around. She could only sleep by herself, and now she's just like, no, I want to be my mommy. I'm like, as soon as we move, she's like, nope, I'm not sleeping in my bed anymore. She's done. And Silas was the same. Like, he loved sleeping in his bed once he turned like 6 months old. And yeah, now it's over with. But I told them, and Silas like, I'm gonna sleep in my bed, mommy. Still hasn't. But I'm like, it'll happen one day.
There was like a study about that. Like, kids have like it's like more like they're not alone. Like, they'll sleep like they're adults, so it's like better for their
it's so health. Exactly, and that's why I don't care so much. Like, if I really cared, then I would have like trained them to be in their bed. But there's so many studies that show how healthy it is for a child to be with their mother or with their father.
Well, it's like back in like the day, like,
it's nature. It
just goes, always like laying together.
Exactly, keeping each other warm. Exactly. I feel like that's how it's supposed to be. Like, it's not really. Obviously, at a certain age, you want them in their beds, but like, I feel like as a child, like, they are supposed to be with their parents. I mean, at least that's how I feel. But no shame to anybody who wants their kids in their bed. Obviously, you want to get your rest. But I see benefits to it, so I don't really fight it. I'm just like, okay, you want to sleep with me? Plus, I know one day I'm going to wish that they were like cuddling with me and wanting to be with me. So I'm soaking it up now because I know that it's going to happen where they're like, I don't want to cuddle with you anymore. So I'm like, whatever. I'm just going to let them stay with me as long as they want, because I'll miss this one day, and I'm just going to hold on to these moments while I can, and I'll just suffer not sleeping. One day I'll sleep. I'll sleep when I'm dead, like, it's fine. So yeah. But yeah.
All that.
All that.
So what are the... I know you cook a lot.
Oh my god, yeah, I love cooking.
But you also like to go out to eat a little bit.
Yeah.
What are some spots? Let the
some
people
spots,
know.
Okay.
Some spots.
Like what kind of...
Around here,
like fancy spots or not fancy spots?
What do you like to eat? Is there spots by like...
Okay, honestly, this is going to sound so funny, but I love going to Nando's in downtown Naperville. I mean, they have them all over the place, but it's Brazilian, or no, it's Portuguese and African cuisine. So good. It's like heavy protein, so they do like a lot of chicken meals. But like if I'm in downtown Naperville, that's the place I'll go. I love Nando's.
I had it once.
A chicken breast pita, that's what I get.
It was amazing.
It's so good.
I was so sick afterwards. The sickest I've ever been in my life.
That happened to my grandpa too.
The sickest.
But you have a sensitive stomach, I feel.
I had. Like,
I don't. I have a stomach of steel. Like I could literally eat.
Fever. I was all messed up at home.
Yeah.
It was like my birthday too, and like I didn't go out for my birthday. I was just like,
but it's so good. Maybe it's something else. Maybe I don't believe it was Nando's. It has to be something else.
It's like the top. The sickest I've ever been after eating some food.
We're real and raw here on this podcast.
We're real and raw.
We say triggering things.
That's what the podcast is all about. Letting people know. So, your kids' main focus in your life. But what else do you like to do outside of... If you don't have your kids, what are you doing? Like, are you going out and about?
So, what I've been doing lately is when my kids are out, so like if they're with their grandma or if they are... Like if I have some free time, I love to go on a trail. Either by myself or with, like, my brother and my sisters have come with me a couple times. Or me and Matt have gone. Like, I'll just go. I do like going by myself, though, but I get scared that I'll get kidnapped. No, because after I almost got kidnapped, I almost got kidnapped when I was pregnant. Jewel, yeah. Jewel almost kidnapped me. But shout out to the Jewel guy because the manager at Jewel definitely made me feel safer after I almost got kidnapped. So, yeah, that was cool. But anyway, so, yeah, after I almost got kidnapped, now I have, like... all these like stresses about being by myself. But sometimes when I'm alone in a forest, I'm like literally anybody could just snatch me up and throw me into those trees and nobody would ever know. So anyways, usually I take people with me, but I do go by myself a lot. But you know, I'll do some mom-tivities, get the hikes going, come home.
The power walks.
Some power walks, some running. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. I do yoga.
Did you do it every morning?
I did do it every morning, and I've been slacking, like, majorly. But I'll get back to it. Just gotta get back in my groove. But, yeah, that's what I'm doing when I'm by myself. So I'll go on little nature walks and adventures. Try to get some exercise in. I like to cook. When I'm by myself, I love cooking because I feel like I can really focus on what I'm doing. I love cooking with the kids. But it is nice. Yeah, sometimes I can't focus or like I'll forget about something because I'm like playing with them or whatever, and then if I burn the rice or whatever because I'm messing with them, you know. So I love cooking. I like doing videos of me cooking on TikTok.
Was that another page?
I'm super active on my TikTok. That's like my most active social media. I love it.
Now, are you watching?
And I've met really cool people on TikTok, like my friend Kim.
Yeah. Are you watching like a bunch of videos on TikTok?
Oh my god, yeah.
See, I can't be doing all that.
But see, no, I used to be bad, like where I would, like when the kids would go to sleep, I'd be on there for like an hour. Now I'm not like that. Now I'm like, all right, I'm done. Like I'll be on there for like 5 minutes. But I'm a sucker for some of the TikTok stuff.
There's a lot of...
I have a couple TikTok boyfriends. Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
It's just like the office boyfriend.
The office boyfriend?
It's like you see them and you're like, oh, what's up? But then like you don't talk.
No, they don't know I exist, but I know they exist.
Oh, they don't know you exist.
Well, one of them does.
So it's just people you follow their page.
Yeah. And I'll be like, hey, I'm obsessed with you. Bye.
You want to just end it here then?
Yeah.
Alright. Do you have any last minute shout outs?
Jesus, my A1 since day one.
Any...
Stylist and Violet, because they're the real OGs.
If people want to get their makeup done, where should they reach out to you?
NaomiValleyMakeup@gmail.com. Or my Instagram, Naomi Valley Makeup, Naomi Valley Hair.
I'll put that in the link. And then is there...
If you want
Same thing.
art, custom artwork.
Same thing.
Petunia Moon art. because my mom when I was little called me Petunia all the time. That was like my name. Mm-hmm. She called me Petunia, and so then when I was thinking of an art name, in Luna Moon, so I was like Petunia Moon Art. Oh my god, that's so cute, and it is so cute.
I hate that dog. I hate that dog. I have a good one.